What's up everybody, hope you're having an amazing day so far. I'm your host Phil, and today's video we're going to check out the brand new firmware which came out for Dimehead Electronics NAM Player. Let's roll the intro clip and then check it out. Dimehead's NAM Player, I'm saying it very often, but I cannot get tired of this unit. This is the most exciting unit which I ever have owned. I really love Dimehead's NAM Player, and what I like about it is that the fine folks at Dimehead Electronics are constantly doing everything to improve it even further. They released a brand new firmware update. I think it's called 1.1.5, at least during the beta testing stage. That was now the final iteration, and we have some very exciting feature additions which I just want to present to you one by one. We're just going to walk through them over here. We're going to have them set up over here somewhere in the screen while I'm talking over it, but now let's move the scene in OBS and then check out the features. I got everything now set up over here. This is my core tone 5150 boosted by a Lichtlam Audio King in yellow, of course capture wise, not the real deal. This is, by the way, the same capture which you can get on my Tone 3000 profile. So I'm going to put a link in the description below. I already made a video on this capture where I was comparing it to the Tonix V1.10. That's the exact same sound. I really love that one, and that became my main profile in the band. So what we got over here, first off, we have an added global XLR volume option. What that means is you can see over here the DI out. That usually is our final stage, our final output, and that was always turned to maximum volume. We now, over the global menu, have the chance to set this up over here. So we can set this down and lower in volume. I'm just gonna play a note and then crank a little bit around on that knob. So as simple as it gets, that's the first feature. I'm really excited about the next feature which I'll present, and that's added preset delay trails option. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what delay trails are, that basically means if you have a delay on a preset and you choose one preset over the other, so you switch the presets, then it used to be the way that the delay trails are cut off in an unnatural way, and then you're stuck basically with the dry tone of the next preset which you selected. Now, delay trails allow for those delay trails to actually get into the next preset. That is really exciting over here. You can set this up in the delay setting when you go to the room setup, and then you move over to the delay menu, and over here you can either set the delay trails to no or yes, and then respectively save that setting. So you can hear that the delay trails are still moving on. The only thing which you have to take into consideration when you're going from one delay preset into another delay preset, then you're not getting the trails of the old one, but you're instead getting the delay trails of that respective preset. So let's just hear the delay trails of this preset and then compare them to that particular preset. So you can hear that the cadence of the delay trails are way faster. That is one thing, one caveat which you have to take into consideration, but the fact alone that we have delay trails and that we can move now from one lead sound basically to a dry rhythm tone without having any intervention of the delay trails is super awesome. So you can easily have like... and then you will have a more natural progression from one tone to the other. I'm excited. I think that's pretty cool. Another cool feature addition is the added waveform selection for Tremolos. So when we are on this preset right now, which is pretty much high gain, and we then go into the tremolo section, we have the possibility to not only set the depth and the speed, but we also can set the waveform. So we're going to enable it over here. Let's set the speed to something which is quite fast so that we can actually really hear it. And let's set the depth to, let's set it a little bit stronger just to emphasize the functionality. So we're going to set the depth to 100%. So it's going to be complete silence and then, you know, going back to the signal. So, okay, let's set the depth a little bit different. So maybe to 70%. That way it becomes more apparent. Man, you can make some nice Judas Priest style stuff with a rectangle tremolo. Really cool stuff. Next up, we got the added MIDI CC for the tuner on, off, and toggle. Now, I'm just going to mainly focus on the toggle thing because that's, for me, the most interesting thing. I got the M-Wave chocolate over here, and I've set it now up that on CC24, going to have a screenshot over here in a moment, that we can toggle the tuner. And I actually, wasn't that already in the older firmware? I mean, anyways, now we have the possibility to set it on, off, or actually toggle between. And toggling is pretty cool because you then only have one switch reserve where you can go to the tuner and back and forth. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Next one. The next one for me personally is a pretty huge update, and I'm going to explain why. We got a new Footswitch mode which is called double. Now, what does that mean? Now, usually when you press on one of the buttons over here, you're going to obviously change the preset over here. On preset 3, I got my rhythm tone. And on preset 4, I got my lead tone. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up in the global settings under the Footswitch mode, not 1 to 4, but instead we're going to go to double. And you can now see that everything has shifted over here. And at first I was really confused. I was like, whoa, what's going on over here? But now the following is the case. My preset 1 and 2 are on this over here. My preset 3 and 4 are on this over here. So when I use this button over here, I can really toggle between the rhythm and the preset. This is awesome because now I can go ahead and, in theory, select preset 7 and 8 for my lead and rhythm channel, set up like a small button, something like this, like the toppers over here, so that it's a little bit higher above everything, and now I got a one-stop solution in order to toggle between rhythm and lead, and this is really awesome. Apart from that, we have a few new amp NAM models which are implemented over here. So let's see what we got over here. So I'm going to take this over here, my preset, and I'm going to go into the factory settings. So where do we got them? Let's go out of here, factory, and we have Blues Junior Clean, Blues Junior Crunch, UK Super Bass 100 low gain, UK Super Bass 100 mid gain, and a hot one. Let's go to the Super Bass, UK Super Bass, and let's go to the hot setting. go to the Blues Junior Crunch. So there we go. Of course, we have to perhaps set the gain way higher because their calibration was way different than mine. So there you have it. That is the brand new firmware of the Dimehead NAM Player. I really enjoy what I'm getting out of this little box, and I'm very certain that you would as well. So go down below in the link in the description below. You can grab one Dimehead at a discounted price. They currently got a discount running. Yeah, get one of these, be happy. With that out of the way, thank you everybody for watching. See you in the next video, and until then, keep it metal.